Luke, welcome back to Amsterdam.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here.
How are you feeling in this? Dankjewel, alsjeblieft.
Right?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like, it's been a long time coming. I mean, we did Lowlands, which was really cool.
Do you still remember anything of Lowlands? Because...
In what way? Yeah, I mean, I've got some memories, a little fractures maybe.
Yeah, because it was fun. You had some beers. Lowlands was fun.
It was good, yeah. I gave an incredible interview after a few tequilas.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was really fun. It's one of my favourite festivals in the world. I've always loved it. We've always had like really good times. It's got a great vibe, and so hopefully we'll get to play it again.
Yeah. And how is the tour at this point? Because it's a little bit different playing in, you know, the music venues compared to the festival sites and all the rock and roll and all the things around the summer. What do you prefer most? What do you like?
Well, it's nice. It's nice to be institutionalized again, if you know what I mean. Because it's been so long. Like, because we got our bus and like we got our crew for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. You know, everyone on this one's been everyone's been quite wholesome. We did like ice swimming in Sweden and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was amazing. Highly recommend it. Yeah.
I don't know if I should believe you, but you.
No, we did it.
Okay,
yeah. I mean, you go in the sauna after.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, we're in a lake with ice and all this kind of business. So it's been really good, and yeah, like I say, just being back. You know, it's like being at school or something. It's great. I forgot it because we just for so long now we've just been doing like, you know, the one-off gigs and stuff like that. So yeah,
exactly. And what do you guys do in the van or just around while touring to make it feel like home? Because I have this beautiful idea of, you know, a nightliner and everyone being cozy and playing games together, but I know it's just hard work as well. What is it for you to make it feel like?
It's not really, I mean, we do. Yeah, we have like some cozy outfits, you know, pajamas and things like that going on. And we, you know, on this tour it's been mainly watching like 90s acid jazz, which is a bit above me, but it's kind of interesting. And yeah, no, we do. Yeah, we just have a laugh. I mean, you got to keep it fun and not, you know, annoy each other, hopefully.
And I should have started this interview, of course, with just saying congratulations of the latest record, a sold-out AFAS live show tonight. And I should say the 17-year anniversary, am I right? Like,
exactly.
Of your, sorry, I'm not good in doing maths, of the debut record Inside In, Inside Out. In November 2006, you performed at Paradiso here in Amsterdam. For the first time in the Netherlands, I think. What do you remember from that show? Because I heard some great stories about it.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I try and not remember that show. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's when Naive had just gone into the top 10. I think it went to number 5 in the UK charts, and I went and celebrated, and basically, they tried to get me on stage. And I was pretty incapacitated, so they managed to get me on stage. But basically, I think I came in like 3 songs late. I couldn't find my guitar, so the boys were like jamming for like a good 5 minutes.
Wow!
But I think it ended up going all right in the end.
Here we are. Of course, it ended up right. Yeah.
But yeah, basically, you know, Amsterdam will do that to you. It's an exciting place to be, and yeah, I learned from my mistakes. You got to wait till after the show to celebrate. Yeah,
that's why we're drinking tea and, you know, just doing some meditation at
literally
at the backstage in Amsterdam. And of course, I'm asking a question about Amsterdam because you're playing Jackie Big Tits tonight. Oh yeah, I assume if I'm looking at Setlist FM, as it's on the first album, of course. Have you gotten to know Amsterdam a bit better now? I've come so many times now. And I feel like I know it quite well, but you know, if you don't come and live here, you'll never know it properly, will you? Yeah. I think on the surface level, but it's an amazing town. Yeah. Because how did it came around in the lyrics? Because that's what I'm talking about, of course. But Amsterdam, I never knew you so well. Yeah. What was going on back then?
It's a bit of a story. I mean, it was. I'd actually come to the Ajax Stadium.
Just around the corner here.
At the time, playing a show, and she was supporting this guy. I can't remember who. It was a really big, Netherlands singer.
Yeah.
And it was actually a bit of a diss track because I had a bit of a altercation with someone in the team. But I was a teenager. It was kind of an interesting time. It was so it was a little bit of a diss track, yeah. And so, but it was about that night, and I was in this Ajax Stadium.
Yeah. And how did she or people involved eventually replied or
to the song?
Yeah.
I haven't had a reply. No.
Never?
No, I haven't. No. I think maybe too cowardly, potentially. But that's the great thing with music, if you can say it with words, then it's great. I mean, that person was trying to resort to violence. So, in my opinion,
okay.
Words are better than violence.
Amen to that. And if we're looking back at this wonderful era, 2006, and of course everything you're celebrating tonight, do you remember yourself, before putting out the music with the Kooks? Like, what did you listen, or
like
what
my life before the Kooks?
Yeah, what kind of gigs did you get to?
Oh yeah, I did. I did. I was. My first festival was Isle of Wight Pop Festival. I went to see the Coral, and that was one of my first gigs on my going on my own. And we just used to go to I saw everyone back in the day in Brighton passing through, and I was part of the scene for sure. And I used to go to festivals. I don't it's been a long time since I've actually been to a festival, just to go and camp and stuff. So I kind of missed that a little bit. But it's funny. It's like when you're in a band, the last thing you want to do is go to a festival.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I went. I saw lots of people. I mean, I saw I don't know, Franz Ferdinand and Kasabian. Saw Kasabian, someone chucking the monitor. That was quite fun. It was quite a crazy time. And the indie club thing, we used to just go dancing to indie music. All the time. That was the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering if there would be one thing you'd miss, or you think of that was so 2006. That's nothing like what it is today. So I'm kind of in a nostalgic mood, but
and no one slept, and we ate a lot of doner kebabs, and it was quite kind of grotty, a little bit. It was It was all everyone was living, quite just partying, and your chaos basically. A lot of poetry, and it was all about art and poetry. Everyone was a bit pretentious in a cool way.
Yeah. And Tumblr and everything.
The fashion as well was insane. I love that now because it's come round now when you look back on it and you're like, that was the era. Yeah. The vest. It would be the vest and the cardigan and the hat. And I'm not sure if I'm not sure who came up with it, but we were certainly there around the time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm immediately thinking of the Tumblr era. You had MySpace and you had Tumblr and all the pictures and that was great.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I remember one of my favorite pictures of me from that era was, do you know South by Southwest in Austin festival? And I was walking down the street and I was wearing the proper. I had the Winkle Picker shoes, the straw hat, the whole look. We used to get skinny jeans from Levi's, but they were women's jeans before you could you couldn't cheaply, unless you went to I don't know, Prada or something. You couldn't get tight trousers, so we used to get women's jeans. So I had all this stuff, and this guy was like, "Oh, can I take a picture for my fashion blog?" And so I do this. I'm like, and this picture seems to always pop up even now. It's so embarrassing, but so funny, and I look like I'm just really very pleased with myself.
It still follows you, that picture. Whoa.
And it follows me. Yeah. My wife, she just roasts me. Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, I want it as a poster, just as a memory of that era. So I love it. Yeah. But how did you, I know it's a question you probably get a lot of times, but how do you kept making music fun for yourself? Because I can imagine putting out an album that's so successful and expectations of everyone and the fans and everything that's going on in your head. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think there was some times. I think on second, third album because our first album was so commercially successful. it obviously like psychologically can mess with you a bit, and then like you say, the expectations so I think we struggled a bit. Second and particularly third album, I sort of just, you know, had a little bit of maybe just a bit too much pressure almost, you know. But you get through it by, I don't know, you just listen. We're independent essentially. You know, we don't have anyone telling us what to do or anything. So in the end of the day, you just got to find it within. And if you're not feeling like writing music, you probably should wait. You know, I think so. It's just and working in different ways. Especially like when we came to like our fourth album, that like really re-inspired my whole way of making music. I worked with Inflows, a producer from London, and he was really young at the time. He'd never even made an album, and I thought it was inspiring to be around someone who was so new to it. I mean, he'd done a lot of work, but like, especially he never really worked with bands. So, and we worked a lot by, you know, using samples, and it was just a lot, just me and him in a room and with a laptop. And I sort of found that really invigorated me a little bit, because I was so used to just being in the studio, putting the tape on, record, which I still love to do. And we did some of that, but you know what I mean? Like, you just got to find, you know, it's really people, actually. I think that's the root of it. It's like, you know, with the band, you see that with most artists. Maybe you're lucky in your Radiohead and you find Nigel Godrich and that just goes on forever. But for us, and I think a lot of people, you want to allow a few collaborators in to kind of re-inspire you, and you keep what you did in the first place. You keep your DNA, but you can be exposed to different music and stuff. Even sometimes it's like stuff you might even not like, and then, you know, it's weird music once you get into something, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I get death metal now. You know? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's
because I can't imagine what it's like, but I would get some kind of personal crisis maybe over a couple of years, because everyone's one thing and expecting something else. I was like, who is that kind of person you're always talking to, or that you trust, that can tell you like, that's what you love, you know?
I don't think anyone can tell. You gotta just put out stuff that you like yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about taste in the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because there's no, and I guess you can't be afraid of the commercial thing. And if the Kooks is anything to show that, it hasn't, you know, we've had albums that have done well, albums that haven't done well, but you know, we keep moving, keep changing, and you can, if you put out stuff you love, it often at some point it kind of connects in some way. I mean, even like the fourth album, you know, I always called it Inside In, Listen, it was called, and you know, that one, it didn't, you know, it didn't really commercially do much or whatever, but now it's like, I think I meet a lot of younger artists that really love that album. It's maybe connected in that way, and then also like, you know, a couple of songs stream really well, and you can't think too much about the other side, because otherwise then I think you do get a bit bored. Because then you're just like, you sat in the studio trying to copy stuff rather than make something new.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, and
you know, it's not, commercial success isn't everything.
No. So, and it also sounds so festive and so cozy, like an anniversary shows. And I was really wondering, because there are some kind of bands and artists now coming up, and I had to think immediately of Phoenix, like they were playing in Paradiso Amsterdam a couple of weeks or months ago, like that era, that indie
love
time.
That band.
Yeah, and you also shared like Tony Hoffer, their producer. You also 100%. Worked with him. Yeah. What's a band that you are feeling like they come around and then they just pop up and they're just, you know, in your heart with the music and what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, a band, I mean, people like Franz Ferdinand, The Strokes, you know, when they pop up, of course. Or like songs like, you know, which one always really brings me back to being in Brighton in like 2004, 5, 6 was this song Bandages by Canned Heat, I think. No, not Canned Heat, that's an old band. What were they called?
I don't know.
Hot Heat.
Oh.
Yeah, Hot Heat, yeah. Sorry guys. And that song, when that we used to, like, every night in the club in Brighton, we would go mad to that song. And if I hear that, if that pops up on Spotify or the radio or whatever, like, it's like an injection of, like,
wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Great song.
Cool. Yeah, that's so cool. And for tonight, what are the expectations, or what are going to be the plans? Because I saw on Instagram, I think you posted it, like a kind of rave on a parking lot with fans.
Yeah,
and
that's been really fun.
Yeah,
that's Hugh started doing it. Where I mean, we don't do it every night, but we do it most nights. It's really fun. It's a nice way of meeting people without it being weird. So we just bring out like a stereo and play.
I love it.
One song,
just one song,
and it's like 90s house music, and everyone dances. It's great fun. So yeah, I think we will. We'll have to decide which song, but yeah.
It's beautiful full circle, because we started this conversation with 90s acid jazz in the touring band, and now this 90s house banger at the end of the gig. So
that's it.
Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the show, and hopefully see you again on the festival side, an ice bath, or
definitely ice swimming,
a mosh pit, something like that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.